Yo, 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 what's going on? And welcome to the top 10 best skilling money making methods of 2025. Jumping right in onto the list is number 10 is going to be Zalcano. The inventory that you're going to be needing is about 12 to 16 brews, depending on if you're mass world or soloing, 4 staminas, a super restore, the celestial signet. If you don't have that ring, you could always wear the light bearer. Both are very good, but the other ring is better. You're going to want to wear full prospector with a nice prayer bonus, which is why I got on devout boots, an HP cape for HP regen, as well as a dragon bone necklace, Rada's blessing, Falador's shield 4, and the rest is just prospector with your best pickaxe. This is going to be giving you about 2 million GP per hour, and the reason that you want prayer is because you want to throw on preserve, and this way while you use your special attack, it lasts longer. So this minigame is pretty simple. You just look for whichever rock is glowing. See? Rock formation glowing. And you start mining. Once you finish mining, you put it in the furnace. Make sure you dodge the falling rocks. And once you go into the furnace, you craft it into the refined tetra. Also, during this phase, you see the different colors. Stand on blue, safe, and red is not safe. So pretty straightforward. This isn't going to be like a full Zalcano guide, but this is 2 million GP per hour, and after that you take the refined tetra over to the imbue altar, and this is what you use to actually damage the boss Zalcano. So you throw it on here, and it's actually, you're going to be doing more damage if you stand on blue actually. If you're in the mass world, you're not going to have to worry about this. This is something if you're small teaming or soloing. Basically you stand on the blue, you throw the rock at him, and his health goes down, and then once it goes to 0, you mine him, and repeat. Okay, well, moving right along on the list, if you have yourself 84 thieving, grab yourself some monk's robes, devout boots, and a dragon bone necklace, and we're going to be heading deep into the wilderness to be looting some rogues chests. You're also going to want to have the Wilderness Hard achievement diaries completed for 25% extra loot. And it's pretty simple. You just teleport to Deep Wilderness, have a little bit of prayer gear on, throw on Protect from Melee, and open the chests. Make sure every time that you get to the chest, you right click and search for traps. It's a little AFK honestly. You could hop worlds for better loot if you wanted to, but otherwise you just chill here. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you're definitely going to be killed by a PKer. And another thing that actually could be really helpful, while the chest is open, you hold shift, right click, and then swap left click with search for traps, and then your left click option is going to be search for traps rather than having to always right click. This method is going to yield you a decent amount of thieving XP per hour actually, as well as about 2.1 million GP per hour right now. Number 8 on the list is actually Essence Impling jars. Most people, including myself, while opening Impling jars, especially if they're going for medium clues, because ranger boots are extremely profitable GP per hour if you're going to be doing clues, are going to be opening eclectics, but most people don't open essence. And if you're opening essence, yes, the drop rate for medium clues is less, but in terms of profit, you can make about 2.1 million GP per hour just from opening essence impling jars and doing your medium clues. And don't get me wrong, this is a little bit more of a long-term strategy, as you probably have to do like 200 300 medium clues before you're getting ranger boots, but in the long run, if you do calculate GP per hour, it's about 2.1 million GP. I actually can't show you number 7 on the list because I do not have 95 runecrafting, but if you are a nerd and you want to make wrath runes, it's actually about 2.2 million GP per hour, same as this method. But if you want to do some runecrafting to make some GP, make yourself some wrath runes. Or bloods or souls if you're looking for a much more AFK strategy. Alright, well, the next method you're going to want to grab yourself full graceful. Not required, but definitely helps. Otherwise, you're going to be using a lot more stamina potions. Grab your royal seed pod and head over to the grand tree. If you've not done Monkey Madness 2, I don't believe you can do this method actually, but this method is going to be delivering food in the Gnome restaurant. Basically, you just head to the second floor, talk this dude, get a job, he tells you what he wants to deliver, you buy it on the Grand Exchange, or if you're an Iron Man, you make it yourself, and then you're making 2.3 million GP per hour. If you want to make yourself 2.5 million GP per hour, you need the achievement diary cape. as well as 91 rune crafting. You're going to be making yourself double nature runes. Basically, the fastest way to teleport to the nature altar is with the achievement diary cape. Otherwise, this method is not going to be yielding you the same amount of GP per hour. Getting into the really good ones, for 2.5 million GP per hour, grab yourself full rogues, dodgy necklace, as well as some brews, fire rune, cosmic rune, earth rune, so you can cast Shadow Veil, as well as a teleport to Perfidious, and yes, we are pickpocketing elves. Unless you have a really high thieving level, you're definitely going to be failing a lot, but you can get yourselves crystal teleport seeds, which is what makes the method worth doing, as well as the fact that you are gaining some decent thieving XP per hour. Honestly, I don't feel like going deep into the wilderness right now, but the wilderness agility course is actually still insanely profitable at 2.8 million GP per hour. You just have to head deep into the wilderness, do the course. Honestly, bring some anti-PK gear, not to even PK, just basically gear so you could freeze someone and hide under them, or freeze, run away, because it's not going to be in multi. But otherwise, you're probably going to get killed in the deep wilderness by a psychopath, so bring yourself some anti-PK gear if you're going to be doing the wilderness agility course for 2.8 million GP per hour. If you want to make 3.7 million GP per hour, you're going to want to head to Darkmire. In this exact spot, this is the best spot for it. You're going to be pickpocketing Vessa von Pitt. It's right next to the Hallowed Sepulchre, and this is because the price of blood shards right now are insane. That is why at 99 thieving you're about averaging 3.7 million GP per hour, but even at lower thieving levels, even at when you can first start pickpocketing this homie, you're making about 2.6 million GP per hour, making this one of the best money making methods, not just skilling related, on old school RuneScape. Before we get into number one on the list, this is a reminder to subscribe to the channel if you're cool. Number one on the list at 5.2 million GP per hour is actually going to be going for the Amulet of Eternal Glory. It's not a money-making method you will see it right away unless you get very lucky. It's a money-making method that will take some time, but once you hit it, you will be making 54 million GP, as well as the fact that charging glories right now is profitable. If you have the Wilderness Elite Diaries, you can use your sword to teleport to the Fountain of Room as many times as you want. But if you have the Wilderness Sword 3, you can only teleport once a day, which means the fastest way to do this if you don't have the Elite Diaries completed is to take the level 50 obelisk, run south, run right here, and then straightforward charge the Eternal Glories. I do highly suggest, if you are going to commit to this grind, to get the Wilderness Elite Achievement Diaries done. This way you can constantly just teleport here with the Wilderness Sword, saving you a lot of time. Make sure you're on the normal spellbook and then just use the Glory on the fountain and it charges them. There you go. You feel power emanating from the fountain as it recharges your jewelry. And I hope you get lucky and you get yourself an Eternal Glory. If not, either way, you're still somehow making profit, which usually this is not a profitable money-making method. But right now, it is. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe, like, do all that fun stuff. It really helps me out a lot. And, leave a comment if you have any questions or, you just want to talk. I'll catch you next time.